Yeah, my tush is a little sore. I did a little bit of bicycle riding. I know you're going to laugh. Oh, geez, were you in Rock Creek Park blocking traffic? Yes, I was, if you must know. But I rode on that part that's blocked off. You know, that part of Beach Drive they block off on the weekends so bicycle riders can get out there on their 10-speed Schwinns. Oh, geez. But a weird thing started happening to me as I was riding the bicycle. I started feeling a little pinko. And it really started freaking me out. Well, it started slowly. There I am pedaling along. And suddenly I find myself singing, "Anybody seen my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? Anybody seen my old friend Bobby?" You know, I'm thinking to myself, what am I singing that song for? I mean, geez, I've always hated that song. I can't believe it. I tried to get it out of my head, but I couldn't. It kept coming back to me. The more I pumped on that bicycle, the more that song danced in my brain, and I started singing, "How many miles must a man walk around?" I'm thinking, geez, what's with all these flower children songs going through my brain? And then it got worse. I stopped to get a drink of water, and as I sat there on the bicycle, I found myself talking to another group of cyclists about the awful treatment the Democratic candidate for mayor is getting in Chicago. I mean, how horrible. And yes, we need to stop nuclear power. One day all this beautiful Rock Creek Park will be incinerated because of the warmongers. And as I'm talking, I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. A sweat broke out on my forehead as I realized something was wrong with me. Something was definitely wrong with me. The ultimate came when a guy was pedaling alongside of me. He said he could get me a good price on a Jane Fonda exercise book. And I told him to get me one. I'll wait right here. And as I sat there going through my wallet trying to find the money, it came to me. I was turning into a pinko maggot creep, head-wetting, communist sympathizing Democrat and vote. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Why was it happening to me? I threw myself on the ground and I started crying. And as I started crying, I started to feel a little bit better. And then I started to feel a little more right-wing. I started to feel a little bit more intolerant, a little bit more status quo-oriented. I realized that it was the bicycle. I remember reading one time about acupuncture. A lot of times if you have a headache, you stick a pin between your right and left toes. If you have something bothering your tooth, you stick a pin in your tuchus. I realized that the bicycle seat, the very nature of it, must be affecting my tuchus in some way as to make me lean left wing. It was giving me some semblance of acupuncture that was altering my personality. No wonder so many people that ride bicycles are pinkos. I even had the urge to block traffic, claiming I have a right to the road too. It was the bicycle, and the longer I remained off the bicycle, the more right-wing I became, the more naturally I felt toward my normal disposition. Quickly, I popped in my cassette recorder, in my Walkman, a tape of the Green Berets, and I stood there singing the song proudly until I finally got my nerve back. Never again to put my tuchus on a bicycle. If so, I would have a specially made seat that would not affect me so as to predispose me toward left-wing leanings. It was the bicycle. It was the bicycle that was producing the pinko tendencies within me. Just as the realization swept over me, and the relief, I wanted to click my heels with joy. That other maggot came pedaling up and said, "Hey, buddy, I got your Jane Fonda exercise book. That'll be $15.50. I just smiled and looked at him as I cracked my knuckles and said, "Boy, if I was you, I'd take that book and roll it up real tight." He said, "Well, what for?" I said, "'Cause that'll make it go a lot easier where I'm about to put it." Yeah.